We are going to do this thing live. We're talking about Denver Broncos and their chances to win on Monday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals. Broncos Country. How are you feeling? How do you feel about this game? Do you feel confident? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel excited? Broncos in prime time, and it's time to get it on and talk about this matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. We also have the Broncos inactives to go over. Some good news from that list and some good things to talk about when it comes to this Denver Broncos team as they look to beat down an inferior opponent on Monday night. Can they do it? Will they do it? We are about an hour away from kickoff, taking you through the next 20 minutes or so. It is Orange and Blue today. And I got to say, for one, I am super excited about this Broncos team and the possibility that is there for them to get that win in those sweet all blue uniforms. That is correct. Again, Mace is on assignment. Well, actually, he's at the stadium, so not on assignment. He's going to be reporting for you from Empower Field at Mile High. I am here now to talk about this game, to get your feel. Basically, this show is for you. Going to go over the inactives list, but I really want to get your ideas on how you're feeling about this game. So in the live chat here on YouTube or on Twitter X and on Facebook, you can chime in with your thoughts. What's your final score prediction? How do you feel about this game? Are you excited? Are you nervous? What's the anticipation level like on a Monday night game for your Denver Broncos? So again, I want to hear from you. Jump into the chat. Hopefully we don't see any bad weather in this night of football. And who gives a crap about the early game, because it's Jets Dolphins and nobody cares. So now it is time to talk about your Denver Broncos, and the inactive list is in. And the inactive list is this. The Broncos have declared Jaleel McLaughlin, Sam Ehlinger, Q Robinson, Frank Crum, Lucas Kroll, and Jordan Jackson inactive for the Week 4 game against the Bengals. McLaughlin, of course, continuing on to be that healthy scratch. I'm, I guess, surprised that in 4 games he hasn't been active once, because there are things Jaleel McLaughlin could do that only Jaleel McLaughlin can do on this roster. Tyler Bidet can do everything. He can't do things as good as JK, and certainly we hope that as good as RJ Harvey will be. Again, week 6 is when I expect Harvey to really take off. Right now we're in wait and see mode, but you need to see more from Harvey. That's for sure. And if we look at the situation with Jaleel McLaughlin, he's just not playing because he's not doing what the team needs him to do to get out there on the field. So what do you think about Jaleel McLaughlin being down again? Sam Ehlinger, of course, we know. Q Robinson, not yet. Frank Crum, again, not yet. Lucas Kroll continues to deal with that toe injury sustained in the preseason. So Kroll is down tonight. Jordan Jackson inactive there as well. So the Broncos inactives are in. And because I didn't say the name Marvin Mims, then guess what? Marvin Mims is going to be out there. And I think that's a great thing for this team on Monday night, because you need to be able to look to special teams and know that you have an all-pro returner back there. And we've seen the returns up by like 70%, whatever the number is. I actually was watching a special teams video right here on YouTube about the numbers compared to last year when it comes to special teams and returns. And because of the new rules, that's basically encouraging returns. It's great news for the Broncos, who have a guy like, of course, Marvin Mims. Now, Marvin Mims ready to play. And again, we wrote this report. Mace wrote it here at denversports.com. Mace is ready to go. He was on the injury report on Saturday due to a hip issue that limited him in that day's practice. He's good to go for Monday night. So that means returner, as a receiver, as a big play weapon, and again, to just influence the defense with what he can do with that speed that he brings to the field. Now, Kroll, again, inactive for the first time this year. And then you see that toe injury still kind of bothering him, whatever. And you see the Broncos with Evan Ingram out there. We'll see if Ingram can do something. Also, with Jordan Jackson on the inactive list, that means the regular season the regular season debut for Savion Jones, which is outstanding, as that third round pick has the makings of a star in this league. Now, he hasn't played yet this year. He's a rookie. He's going to miss the first few games, as this Broncos defensive line has an incredible rotation of talent. Savion Jones included in that rotation tonight. So Jones making his debut. Mims is out there. Ingram is back, but will they use Evan Ingram? Again, your thoughts in the live chat here over on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X. Let me know what you think Evan Ingram, the Joker, will do tonight. Is the Joker out, or is the joke on Sean Payton? Continuing on that, kind of lame joke that everyone tells all the time. So we've got the inactives in, and there you go. Marvin Mims out there. Evan Ingram, of course, not on the injury report. He's going to be out there as well. And then Savion Jones instead of Jordan Jackson. That's something to watch out for. Also, what I like about Mace's article here at denversports.com is he puts in the inactives in the previous week as well. So that's a good thing that you can look to with this team. So inactives are in. Broncos set to play in just a little bit. What are you thinking in the chat? And are you confident in this one? And that's something that fans will be commenting on. And I'm just going to take a look at Cincinnati's inactives here to give you those as well on the other side. Noah Fant inactive, so no revenge game. Jermaine Burton inactive. McKinley Jackson, Howard Cross, so a couple of defensive tackles there. Shamar Stewart, defensive end and edge, inactive for week 4. So there you go. Al Golden, their new defensive coordinator, has some work to do on that side of the ball. They've been basically pretty weak on the ground with those mounting injuries through 3 games. The Broncos with J.K. Dobbins is tonight the night that J.K. gets 100 yards rushing. I think he needs about 16 carries. I think he needs like 25 carries, but Sean's very unlikely to do that. Hopefully he does that tonight. But yeah, the Bengals, you can march down the field on them in the ground game. So there you go. Gage checking in from the stadium before he goes live himself. Cheers, Cease. Cheers to you, my friend Gage Madrid out there with Broncos Syndicate. Thank you for jumping in. Sharon is feeling optimistic today. So you like seeing that. Optimism abound. She says 28-9 Broncos. I believe I had 28-10 as my final score prediction. So Sharon, we're right there. That's for sure. My sister Carrie says, hey, Cecil. Hi, sis. How you doing? Anyway, let's go Broncos there. Biggest Broncos fan I know, right there. Or wait, right here, right there. Carrie. So, Carrie, thanks for chiming in. Dave says he's a bit nervous, my friend. I hope it doesn't take a Stokely-like performance to win. Stokely, wow. Yeah, hoping that doesn't happen there as well. Andy talking about more rain. I did come home and kind of, I guess, drizzle and lots of lightning out here in Roxborough. In fact, I'm probably going to wrap up the show a little bit early so we make sure to get through said lightning. I don't have any interruptions for this show, and hopefully it's okay for tonight's program in terms of the post-game show. So we'll be watching out for all of that, as we know if it is a wet track, that leads to more of the rushing attack. You know where you're going. They don't. That should lead to more J.K. Dobbins, in my opinion. Sharon does believe as well. And there you go. Titans were a lock too, but that was tight. Every game tight. Besto. Maybe that's Brandon Stokely, and he just couldn't finish his username. Brandon Stokely chiming in on the YouTube chat. I'm kidding, but still, might be. You never know with Stoke. He's crazy. Yeah, we look forward to this game. Nate says 27-13. I think people are saying kind of a gap here, 35-10, 35-14, 27-13. I've got 28-10. Sharon has 28-9. So yeah, that's the thing. Debo says, Cecil, you're not going to the game. I don't go to the games. Mace does. Anilo Piro does. Seems like that's about it as far as our credentials go for this year. So yeah, I went to some games last year at the end of the year, but I don't go regularly as I used to because I need to be here to do the post-game show. So I'll be sitting in my beautiful home studios surrounded by Batman comic books and G.I. Joe comic books down there. So yeah, not there's the G.I. Joe right there. Bing. So yeah, I'll be here. I'll be watching the game along with you, and I like to enjoy the game from a home vantage. That is for sure. And then of course watch the coaches tape because you'll get to see the safeties and their play there. Who can be big tonight for the Denver Broncos? That is the question. Plus, how do you feel about this game? More of your thoughts and my mile-high moment that everyone's going to be talking about. I'll tell you what that is after a word from our sponsor.
Today's episode of Orange and Blue Today is presented by Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Ramos Law was founded by Dr. Joseph Ramos, an attorney and ER doctor, to provide exceptional care to those injured in accidents. With a unique understanding of both medicine and law, the Ramos Law team is built to fight for you every step of the way. Experience the Ramos Law difference. Contact them today at ramoslaw.com.
Who gets it done for the Broncos tonight? I feel that Nick Bonitto is that answer. I have a Nick Bonitto scoop and score or pick six. I'll take either one. But I believe Nick Bonitto makes the difference. 7 sacks last year against Joe Burrow. Let's go 7 again against Jake Browning tonight. Remember, Jake Browning's going to sling it. Mason and I said that on yesterday's pregame show. But I feel that Nick Bonitto will be one of the players to make the big difference. And you're going to have either a scoop and score or a pick six from Nick Bonitto tonight. So keep a lookout for that. And if he grabs his crotch when he happens to jump across the goal line, then I'd take that too. I'd take some crotch grabbing. Definitely style points do matter. We've got a video coming up here in about 10 minutes on our Denver Sports channel from Brandon Stokely and Mike Evans and Mark Schlereth about, do style points matter? Yeah, they do. Against a team that you should beat, a team that you are clearly superior to, you should have good style points. So let's look forward to that. I think Bonitto and the defense get a touchdown and they do a touchdown dance tonight. More talk about Evan Ingram. What do y'all think of Evan Ingram and what he's going to do? What's scary is that almost 80% of the bets on the Broncos, Vegas don't mess around. That's right, Johnny. There you go. I believe Joey here. Joey, what's up, man? Joey's one of the good dudes, a good buddy of mine. Joey says, hoping to see more RJ Harvey. I think this would be a good game to get him some looks. Exactly, Joey, because you know ball and you know that this situation with the Bengals is one where you should just run it down their throat. The ground game should lead the way. I had 3 keys today on Dover and Cecil, and thank you all in the tribe for making Dover and Cecil. We've gotten some really good news about Dover and Cecil, which is good and needed. So thank you all, the tribe out there responding with big time output and turnout, I should say, in terms of our numbers. So thank you guys for making us number one. Let's keep it number one. We're here now. I don't want to lose that. And I know it's all because of you guys out there in the tribe. But I said it today, 3 keys to the game. 1, you need to play a game that doesn't include a bunch of dumb penalties. Adam Troutman, like, stop with the penalties. You're shooting yourself in the foot. These games are going to be too tight. Even against a clearly inferior opponent, this game might be a little tighter than you think. Maybe you pull away at the end. Maybe they get a garbage time touchdown late, so it's 28-20 instead of 28-13. Math. Anyway, so play a clean game in terms of penalties. Don't get stupid penalties. Number 2, run the ball. Easily run the ball. That's a super key for this game. And then finally, Bo Nix be Bo Nix. Bo Nix has not necessarily looked, it's been not great, Bob, with Bo Nix this season. I believe in Bo. And what's funny out there is Broncos Country, there's about 15% of you that are just out on Bo. I think those 15% were never in on Bo. Because if you're in on Bo and you watch last year's this team march to the postseason, you have a belief in that young man to be a franchise quarterback, and I believe that he is. And it's crazy to think that some fans are mad at me because I'm hard on Bo, and I said he's not been good because he hasn't been good. And then other fans are mad at me because I say I believe in Bo. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Bo's going to be fine. Tonight, we need to see Bo look like Bo, not throwing picks, not fumbling the ball, being decisive. I believe Dion said it a couple of weeks ago, and I actually agreed with him. Like, you want your quarterback to be certain. I want Bo Nix to be certain when he takes the field. And that's what we need to see from that young quarterback. And to, one, quiet the doubters, but just to play the football that you play. Bo Nix is not sloppy with his mechanics. However, he's been sloppy with his mechanics this year. Bo Nix is a player that doesn't get, rattled by pressure. However, we've seen pressure really kind of just cause these mental lapses from Bo Nix. Bo Nix largely, has good footwork and reads the defense and all that. And he's had happy feet. He's been rushing his reads. He's been checking down way too much. Don't give me the screen pass stuff, okay? Does Sean Payton need to call some more plays besides screen passes? Sure. But Bo Nix also can't check down all the time when receivers are breaking open down the field. So it's on Bo. It's on Sean. The fit, it needs to be a better fit. They've been trying some stuff. It's not working. How about you just go back to what worked last year and have Bo Nix look like Bo Nix? Debo says 30-10. All right, 30-10. There you go. Christian says Cecil. Cecil says Rick is Riz. Rick, hi. Hopefully Moss doesn't get burnt today. What's interesting is that Riley Moss has 2.6 yards of separation per route run. Nerds. That's number 2 smallest in the league. Shared moment. So we can talk about Riley Moss, and Riley Moss has not looked good. But the advanced data says he's been targeted the second most amount of time and gives up like the 20th amount of yards. So he's getting a ton of targets. He doesn't get up as many yards as you think. And then as far as, separation, my man Creaky was saying like, Riley Moss, everybody's open. Yeah, but it's actually the second tightest coverage in the league. So what? Is Riley Moss good or not? Is this Broncos team good or not? Because you know what a good team does with a bad team when they come to town? Your place. Don't give me the lightning. Don't give me the rain, whatever. When a bad team shows up at your place, you kick their ass. Period. Bottom line. So if the Broncos barely win, now a win's a win. Don't at me, bro. I'm going to take a win. But they should win this one handily. Rick asked for me for Absolute Batman. Yeah, I did have oh, it's over there. I have an incredibly large 11x17 Absolute Batman that is fantastic of the comic book. Anyway, so yes, Absolute Batman is awesome. Moss versus T is going to be interesting. Get your popcorn ready. Cecil in a live game would be awesome. I might lose my temper, lose my lunch. There's a lot of things I would lose. Maybe some viewers if they watch me during a game as I'm yelling and cussing at the screen. So Sharon, I appreciate that. I'm not sure how fun I am to be around when I watch football. Ask my sister, Carrie. Probably not that fun. And there you go. Oh, Debo said, I saw you at the Atlanta game. We looked eyes and I took a picture of you and Dover from my seat. That's right, Debo. I remember that. That was a very cool moment. Thank you guys for that. Sharon says no dumb penalties. I see that as well. PS2 pick 6 sounds delicious. And I would love that. No Bo overthrows. The fact that became a thing. Hey, that's on Bo. Stop overthrowing, guys. You need to go deep. They're taking away the middle of the field from you. Ingram's back, but yeah, go deep on them. Sneak attack show. I like that. Perfect get right game for Bo. Exactly, Nate. Appreciate that. Certainty equals confidence. Love that, Roy. I'm going to steal that from you. I'll give you a quarter every time I say it. So Bo is the franchise quarterback. He's got some stuff to work through, some slumps. Quarterbacks will have slumps sometimes. Jim is right on the money. I love that. That's appreciate that insight there. Jim, thank you for chiming in. That's for sure. Look at Cecil talking data. Yeah, that's me. Take that for data. Let's get right. Broncos, says Noble right there. Ray says it would only take one watch along with Cease to find out if it's fun or not, depending on the game. Broncos Dolphins a couple years ago, I probably wasn't the greatest person to be around. Anyway, let's see if Harvey can have a breakout game. That's true. Steve says, what's the weather forecast? Check your phone. It's supposed to be rain and maybe some lightning. So perhaps a wet track. We'll keep that up to date. I think it could be great. Okay. Well, I am very optimistic about this game. I believe the Broncos can get a big win. I've got 28-10 as the final score. And Nate says, wouldn't be surprised if Ellis has a couple sacks. Yeah, if they're getting 7 tonight, Ellis is probably getting 2. Jonah Ellis. I mean, Nick Benito, my God, Nick Benito, top of the top, okay? This is taking nothing away from Nick Benito. And Jonathan Cooper is one of my favorite players in the NFL, not just on the Broncos. I love Coop. He's incredible to talk to every week. I would say this, Jonah Ellis, not saying he's going to be better than Coop or Benito, but Jonah Ellis fits right in with those guys. I mean, right in with those guys. Incredible player. Incredible player. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that there as well. Going to be on the post game. Make sure to stay tuned for that right as soon as the final whistle is blown. I will be right here on our Denver Sports YouTube, hopefully not losing my mind, and hopefully all smiles and talking about a big Broncos victory. So everyone stay tuned for that. It's a wrap today. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a vid. And we appreciate you here as we grow our Denver Sports YouTube channel. Mace is at the game. He will have a game report from the field after the game. All of our Denver Sports social channels, check them out. We're on TikTok, all that kind of stuff. So appreciate you there very much. I'm Cecil Lammey, orange and blue today, leading the way here on Denver Sports YouTube. So we appreciate you all. Let's go Broncos. See you after the game. Stay tuned and stay frosty.
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos Country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.